If you're tired of exercising every day, reminded of that aching and sharp pain in the front of the shoulder, you must begin using my daily shoulder pain relief exercises. These exercises have helped thousands reduce their pain faster than they thought was possible. And if you're committed to your health, stick around because you can do just the same. My name is Dr. Choffner, and I've helped thousands of strength athletes get back to lifting pain-free without any type of shoulder pain. And we've helped them through our online one-to-one shoulder coaching program. So we are going to talk about 3 shoulder pain relief exercises that we use with all of our clients. But before we do that, we're going to get into a little bit of the research. So research shows that shoulder pain is the #1 issue with powerlifters all across the board. The reason for this is because during the bench press, the shoulder girdle supports the motions of lowering and controlling the weight to and from the chest as you perform it. Eccentric and concentric contractions are going to occur alternatively based between the elbow extensors working, which are the triceps, and between the horizontal shoulder flexors being some of the rotator cuff muscles as well. In about 106 powerlifters, about 40 presented arm and shoulder problems, as you can see there in the chart, making it the most common area of pain amongst other muscle groups during normal training and workouts. Now, not just the arm and shoulder issues, you can also see here in this figure that the wrist and the hand are also big issues during the bench press because of all that load put on those small little joints. But we do have to realize that the shoulders do play a vital role in the bench press along with the wrists. And the shoulders are the #1 area at the risk of injury compared to any other muscle groups as you're kind of working through that bench press and doing it over repeated time and lifting at very, very heavy loads as a power lifter. And you can see why as it ranks as the highest here. And there existed more pain and inflammation in terms of shoulder issues in master athletes who are seasoned and veterans in the sport compared to beginners. And the reasoning for this is overuse. This is why it's important that powerlifters and people who weight train implement these shoulder pain relief exercises that we're going to dive into. Hey, real quick, I know you're struggling with pain and you obviously want to fix it. So if you just text me the word shoulder to 1-475-241-7993, I will get you a free shoulder pain fix demo. Just text that number and you can fix your pain and you can thank me later. All right, back to the show. The 3 shoulder pain relief exercises that we give mostly all of our clients to help them get out of pain, especially when they're experiencing flare-ups and things like that, are going to be the TRX pec stretch, the banded lat stretch, and the final and third one is the banded front external rotation at about 90 degrees. Now, let's start with the TRX pec stretch. It's very, very simple. You're going to grab a TRX, which is just kind of these kind of suspension bands, or you can use bands yourself. You're going to grab them and walk out 2 to 3 steps in front of you. The arm's going to be at 90 degrees and you're going to relax and let your body just fall forward and just breathe through the stretch. Take 3 to 5 deep breaths, really hold it for about 10 seconds or so, and you can do about 5 to 10 repetitions and really just try and sink those shoulder blades down towards the ground, relax the head, keep it in line with the body, and feel the stretch through the kind of front pecs there and the anterior delts. Now, after you do the pecs, you want to move on to stretching the lats. This is the second primary mover. And these 2 muscle groups should be stretched first because they tend to get overused and overworked, especially in powerlifters doing bench press or things like pushing and pulling. So in this banded lat stretch, you want to grab something like a bench to hold onto on the opposite side, go into a tall kneeling position on both knees, and then you're going to kind of hold a band in one hand, and you're going to let that band attach to a high set point like the top of a pull-up bar, and you're going to make sure that your palm is facing the ceiling when the thumb is out and your arm is being pulled upwards and forwards towards where that band attachment is, and you want to make sure your shoulder is being protracted forward. And that just means that the shoulder blade is moving aggressively forward and up, and that's going to help stretch the lat more. And same thing as the pec stretch, you want to hold this for about 5 to 10 seconds, maybe 10 or so repetitions, just to open up each side. Even if you're injured on one side and feel tighter on one than the other, still do both stretches on the right and the left side to kind of just create some symmetry in the body. Now, you're not done. You've stretched the pecs, you've stretched the lats. There's one final thing to do, and that is strengthen and stabilize. So the third and final exercise here for shoulder pain relief is the banded front external rotation. And what you're going to do with this is you're going to set up a barbell or something that's kind of around chest height, and you want to put your elbows on top of that barbell, wrap a band around your wrists, and from here, you're going to try and extend your elbows to the wall in front of you, creating some protraction from your scapula. And while you're doing that, you're going to chin tuck your head away from the wall, so going to the wall behind you to create some tension in the neck muscles, keep your body in good postural alignment. And then you're going to try and pull the wrists outside of the elbows to turn on those external rotators, like your rear delts, your infraspinatus, and even your teres minor of your rotator cuff. Now, if you're doing this properly, you should feel those outer shoulders just burning, okay? Because lactic acid is flowing into them. You're turning them on. They're going to be quick to fatigue because they're very weak typically in anyone with shoulder pain because they're smaller muscle groups that we just don't use very frequently. And there you have it. Those are the 3 exercises. To recap, it's stretching the pecs, stretching the lats, and then opening up and stabilizing the external rotators of the shoulder blade and the rotator cuff to just stabilize things and keep them in place. Now, these shoulder pain relief exercises will help take you from point A to point B, but that's not all. The work isn't done. You can't just expect pain reduction to be off 3 movements and that's it. You need to make sure that the root issue is 100% resolved before you then move on to bulletproofing the shoulder joint. And this includes fundamental stability movements that turn into dynamic shoulder loading movements, eventually going into athletic and strength compounding movements. This is the same approach that we've used to help over 1,000 people get 100% pain-free in under 3 months, and is needed to get you back to a higher degree of fitness that you were at before you got injured. And this will help you stay pain-free for life. Text me the word shoulder to 1-475-241-7993 so you can get a tailored plan to permanently fix your shoulder issues using my NTS method and get pain-free. Do it right now so you don't miss the opportunity and you can live your life pain-free. And after you do that, please like and subscribe to the video so you don't miss a beat. And if you haven't already, join my private Facebook group called the NTS Shoulder Pain Relief Method, where you can get free tips and tricks and training and resources to help take you from point A to point B and get out of that shoulder pain. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.